But how do you, like these young men in college who's standing up to their coaches and making a stance, social justice stance? Because typically, man, when you in these colleges, man, you got to do what you told.
Yeah.
And if you buck the system, that's it. You got the guy from Oklahoma State saying, "Yo," he got in his coach. You got the guy from Florida State who was like, "Hey, he ain't talked to us about no George Floyd, and we ain't gonna practice until he come out." He had to come out and apologize that he didn't do that.
Wow.
He had the coach from Oklahoma State had to come out and apologize.
Did not know that. So
Yeah.
how do you feel about it? Just so I got an idea right now, but how do you feel
I
about
like it because right now these athletes now are feeling like, you know what, without them,
They got power.
Right.
the coaches not being successful in this change in time. Before, the coaches and everybody, the administration, they had a whole power, structure over the athletes. You just shut up. You know what I'm saying? And now you can't do that anymore.
I think that
You know what I'm saying?
Is
Things are changing. athletes now are saying, I'm not going to school. I'm going this way. So now it seems like the tide is turning where they conforming to what the athletes are requesting and what they're doing. Just what's that guy from UConn who said, "Yeah, man, when they interviewed him right before the championship game, he said, yo, we practice, we do all this stuff, and we go to bed hungry." And all of a sudden now they got a stipend that they give them every week. Like I think it's like $20 every week or something, $24, where they can go to the night store and buy food. You know what I'm saying?
They make so much money off of it.
Yeah. So the thing is, man, I'm loving it right now. I wish that I was still back in college athletics, man. You know
I
what I'm
also
saying?
wonder though, on the back end of that, what are they gonna do? Some kids are they learn different,
Yeah.
and some kids need to be coached tough. So if you just got a player's coach on all of the players, it's not gonna work with everybody.
Well, you got to look at it this way. A lot of these kids' idols are LeBron James. Who was our idols back in the days and who was stepping up when we was growing up?
But still, some kids, let's be honest, some kids gotta be pushed. Some kids are natural athletes, and some kids gotta get that. Sometimes they don't believe in themselves. You gotta make them.
It's gonna push me on camera though.
You all right? You barely felt it. But
all
some
those
kids,
muscles and you complaining?
Hey, muscles dropped off, bro. I lost 20 pounds.
some kids believe in themselves, and some people they don't know their potential, and the coaches bring that out of those kids. So on the back end of that,
That's a
I'm
good
wondering
point.
if what's
I'm gonna tell you
if that's
one
gonna
thing.
affect.
That's a good
I'm
point,
sure
though.
that's gonna affect
What
some
up,
people. There's
Fitzgerald?
plenty of kids that say I love to be coached.
Yeah.
So
I'm
if you
gonna
got all players
tell
coaches,
tell you one thing, man.
go ahead.
The college experience for most athletes is horrible.
Okay.
It's horrible. You know what I'm saying? Because the
But
coaches.
he's talking about the overall.
Overall.
Like, he's talking about like.
I'm talking.
No, I'm talking about
in
even
season.
getting pushed. Because the fact of the matter is, you saying to yourself, I got this scholarship. I don't want to lose this scholarship. Man, I've been at this institution. I developed some friends. I'm just going to do what I need to do. But what happens is when these kids' eligibility is over, it's over.
Yeah.
They ain't getting no more perks. And ain't no one calling them. Ain't no one doing anything. That's why a lot of athletes typically,
Stay.
once they done, they don't go back to the school. You look at the NFL, Monday Night Football. What happens when they recite what school they went to? They name it their high school. They name it, hey, I'm from. They name it the city they from. They're not even repping the schools that they come from.
Interesting.
Like I said, I've been in college. I've worked at several large institutions, and I had coaches tell me. They'll tell parents whatever they want to hear because they know if they get the parent, you know what I'm saying?
They
The
put
kid
money
is
in
good as
recruiting.
God.
They put money in
They
recruiting.
good as God. Not even the money. They'll tell them anything they want to hear. Then as soon as they get there, it's a different story.
So my thing is this though.
different story.
To both of y'all points, my thing is like this. So yeah, you're used, you're a tool, you're a battery. But I know, and I can only go back to my history when I was in college, and of course I went to HBCU, so it's gonna probably be different emotion anyway to it. I would have never said nothing about social injustice when it was going on then because we all black. So it's like, what we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Now I can imagine what it feels like to be a black kid or black athlete at a predominantly white institution.
Well, I can tell you.
And then have to something like this. I'm talking about something like this happening. How do you say something? And then when you do say something, because I remember one of the main things I remember in practice. Hey, you better do this. You're gonna take your pink slip because you can lose your scholarship. Now imagine that same fear at a predominantly white institution. You talking about some? I think you should say something about George
But
Floyd.
it is there. It's
Yeah,
there.
now because you can't. Right now they got the
No,
power.
I'm saying the same thing. What you saying?
Yeah.
At the white institutions is there too.